Okay, so truth number 7. It's a lot of busy work. It says find the lengths of the sides of the triangle PQR. Is it a right triangle? Is it an isosceles triangle? So, of course, once you find the lengths of all three sides, then you've got to see if a squared plus b squared equals c squared for the right triangle. And then let us remember that an isosceles has two congruent side lengths. Okay, because isosceles and two i's. All right, so number 7, we have A says P is 3, -2, -3. Q is 7, 0, 1. And R is 1, 2, 1. Of course, we will remember that the distance formula is x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared plus z1 minus z2 squared. Or you can say x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1. It doesn't matter because it's just going to come back negative and then we're going to square it, so it's going to be positive anyway. Okay, so the kicker is here, though, you're going to have to find the distance from P to Q, Q to R, and P to R, okay, or R to P, either way you look at it. So if I look for the distance PQ, that's going to give me the square root of 3 minus 7 squared plus -2 minus 0 squared plus -3 minus 1 squared. That will give me 3 minus 7 is -4 squared is 16 plus -2 squared is 4 plus -4 squared is 16, which that gives me 32, 36, square root of 36, which is 6. So the length of PQ is 6. Okay, so let's try QR. We'll just go around the sides. So the length of QR is going to be the square root of 7 minus 1 squared plus 0 minus 2 squared plus 1 minus 1 squared. That's going to give me 7 minus 1 is 6 squared is 36 plus -2 squared is 4. 0 squared is 0. That's going to give me the square root of 40. That's 4 times 10, so that's really 2 square roots of 10. Okay, and then we're going to do R to P, or the distance of PR, and that's going to give me the square root of 3 minus 1 squared plus -2 minus 2 squared plus -3 minus 1 squared, and that's going to give me 2 squared is 4 plus -2 squared is 4 plus -4 squared is 16, which then gives me the square root of 24, which winds up being 4 times 6, so 2 square roots of 6. Okay, so let's think about it. This is 6. 2 square roots of 10 is going to be more than 2 square roots of 6. And we know this is over 3, so this is the longest side right here. Okay, because I know the square root of 9 is 3. 3 times 2 would give me 6. So this is the longest side, so this would have to be the hypotenuse. So let's see if I'm answering the right triangle, is 6 squared plus, that was originally the square root of 40 squared. Is that greater than, oh no, that was the longest side, I'm sorry. This would be A, this would be C, B, and that would be C, the hypotenuse. Okay, so I need to know if 6 squared plus the square root of 24 squared equals the square root of 40 squared. Well, let's see. 6 times 6 is 36 plus 24. Does that equal 40? No. So we're getting a no on the right triangle, and it looks like a no on the isosceles. Also, let's see, did I do that right? Did I write them down? Or have I just talked you to death and used the wrong numbers? That could be it, couldn't it? Let's see, this is number 7. And it says it should be an isosceles triangle. When I did RP, I did something wrong. I said 3 minus 1 squared. I said negative 2 minus 2 squared. And I said negative 3 minus 1 squared. That gave me 4 up. That should have been 16 right here. Okay. And then that's another 16. So this gives me, let's see what that gives me. That's 32 and 4 is 36. Okay. And so that's going to give me a 6. And since I have 2 the same, this is isosceles. I apologize for that. That's what happens when I do it in my head too fast. And of course, this is still going to be the longest side, so we can check that right triangle. Also, let me go back and fix that. So I've got 6 squared plus 6 squared equals, supposed to equal, we're checking to see, we don't know. Does it equal the square root of 40 squared? Okay. And we pretty much know that answer. 36 plus 36 does not equal 40. So that is not a right triangle. Okay. That's number, oh, that's just B. I mean, that's just A. Let's flip over to, okay, I wonder if I can squeeze it in there. What does B say? B says, actually, you know what? I am going to go ahead and stop